There was once a young man named Daniel. He lived in a small town, full of big dreams and even bigger problems. Every morning, Daniel would wake up before the sun, step out of his small wooden house, and stare at the mountain that stood on the horizon. It was tall, unshaken, and unbothered, everything he wanted to be. But his life was nothing like that mountain. It was messy, unpredictable, and hard. He had lost his father when he was 16. His mother worked 2 jobs just to keep them alive. And no matter how hard Daniel tried, everything seemed to fall apart. He studied but failed his exams. He worked but lost every job. He loved but got betrayed. At some point, he began to ask, "Why does life hate me so much?" One evening, tired and angry, Daniel went to visit an old carpenter who lived at the edge of town. The man was known for his wisdom, a quiet soul who could fix more than just wood. He could fix hearts. Daniel burst into his workshop shouting, "Why do I have so many problems? I've prayed, I've worked hard, I've done everything right, yet life keeps breaking me." The old man smiled and handed Daniel a cup of hot tea. "Drink," he said, "but be careful, it's hot." Daniel took a sip and instantly burned his tongue. He winced, dropping the cup slightly. "I told you," the carpenter said calmly, "to be careful. Sometimes the warning comes before the pain, but sometimes the pain is the warning." Daniel looked confused. "What does that mean?" The carpenter picked up a block of wood and began to carve it. "Son," he said, "when I carved this wood, I hurt it. I cut deep lines into it. I removed parts of it that once belonged to it. From the wood's point of view, I'm destroying it. But I'm not. I'm shaping it." He paused and smiled faintly. "Your problems are carving you." Daniel sat silently, watching the wood chips fall. Each one looked like a piece of himself, moments of failure, rejection, disappointment. He whispered, "But why does it have to hurt so much?" The old man's knife stopped moving. Because comfort never creates strength. Ease never produces endurance. And peace, without challenge, never builds character. Then he handed Daniel the half-finished sculpture, the rough outline of an eagle. "An eagle," the carpenter said, "learns to fly only when it's thrown out of the nest. The mother doesn't hate it. She's teaching it to rise." Daniel stared at the eagle and felt something shift inside him. Maybe life wasn't destroying him after all. Maybe it was carving him. From that day on, Daniel stopped running from his problems. When things went wrong, he no longer asked, "Why me?" He started asking, "What is this teaching me?" He worked again, failed again, but this time he didn't give up. He learned, he adapted, he kept moving. Years later, Daniel built a small business that grew into something much larger. He hired people from his town, people who were once broken like him. When anyone came to him complaining about their struggles, he would smile and tell them the story of the carpenter and the wood. He would say, "Don't curse your problems. They're the hands of the carpenter, shaping you into something greater. Life is full of problems, some small, some massive. But what if problems aren't punishments? What if they're preparations? Think about it. A seed has to crack open before it grows. A diamond must be pressured before it shines. Gold has to pass through fire before it becomes pure. And you, yes, you, must go through trials before you become who you were born to be. So the next time life throws pain your way, don't panic. Pause, breathe, and remember, the storm you're in might be the path to your strength. Every setback is a setup. Every tear is watering your future. Every scar is proof that you're still fighting, and the fact that you're still standing means you haven't been broken, only built. When Daniel was much older, he returned to the carpenter's shop. The old man was gone, but on the table lay that same wooden eagle, now fully carved and polished. Under it was a note that read, "The mountain never complains about the storm. The fire never apologizes for the heat. The sculptor never stops until the shape is perfect. Don't fight the carving, become the masterpiece. Daniel smiled through tears. He finally understood. Problems were never meant to destroy him. They were the proof that he was being shaped into something beautiful, strong, and unshakable, just like the mountain he once admired. So if you're facing problems right now, don't run, don't quit, let life carve you. One day, when the dust settles and the pain fades, you'll look in the mirror and realize, the masterpiece was you all along.